So the first impressions for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just released a few days ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get a review copy. I mean, how could I? I post Assassin's Creed content. But I do love the first KCD game, especially its stealth and crime system. So when all the KCD2 impressions dropped, I decided to compile every information available about the game's stealth so I can prepare myself for the game. To do this, I watched a bunch of first impression videos and took notes of every stealth related topic. So if you're someone who loves stealth in RPGs, then I hope this video will help you decide if you want to buy and play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And believe me, the stealth and crime mechanics in the game seems very in-depth and immersive, which has me looking forward to creating a stealth-focused build. So without further ado, here's the things that I've learned. At the start of a playthrough, you get to choose a playstyle as some sort of background for your character. There's 3 of them, but for stealth-focused builds, the best one is probably the scout playstyle. However, do note that this is just a small boost to your stealth skills for the beginning of the game. If it's anything like the first game, you can still choose a different path and still create a master stealth build by mid to end game. It's more of creating a background for your Henry for role-playing purposes. Next, KCD2 has a fun little mechanic where you are able to throw stones as distractions. For stealth enthusiasts, this is equivalent to noise makers in most stealth games. Basically, this will allow Henry to reposition NPCs and enemies without the need to knock them out or outright kill them. So for those who like pacifist or ghost stealth builds, this mechanic is something of a godsend. I really like this one and I bet this will be a staple tool in any stealth build for the game. There is also the ability to whistle to attract enemies so they will move from their posts. This is another little mechanic that can go a long way for stealth and pacifist builds. It sounds minor, but actually opens a lot of opportunities for creative players. Now let's talk about what happens when you commit crimes in KCD2. So when you decide to rob a house, it is actually necessary to make sure that you do so stealthily, meaning you have to close doors after you open them. Because in the game, NPCs will remember if they closed doors or not. So if you're not careful, an NPC or guard may investigate the room you're in just because you didn't close the door. Additionally, NPC memory also extends to their ownership of items. What I mean by this is that if you rob a place and decide to wear the stolen items, the NPCs can recognize their things and alert the guards about the robbery. This means that you have to be careful when wearing stolen items since an NPC will know if you're wearing their things. Though if you're caught doing certain crimes, there are still some options to avoid going to jail. For instance, it is possible to bargain with NPCs when they catch you robbing their houses. Of course, this will likely depend on your speech and charisma skills, or maybe perks that you unlock at a certain level. Though if you have high charisma or speech, I think it is also possible for NPCs to help you avoid guards or something. For example, if you're caught trespassing, an NPC may spot you and tell you that it is best to leave so the guards won't catch you. This is actually a very in-depth system, and I am excited on whatever else the game has in store for stealthy and roguelike playstyles. Speaking of charisma and speech, similar to the first game, the clothes you wear can also affect how NPCs and the overall world interact with Henry. Most notably, clothes can affect persuasion in various ways. Then of course, since the game has in-depth character development, there are a bunch of stealth-based perks. Some of the interesting ones I've seen are the Pacifist and Drunken perks. The Pacifist perk grants you some skill bonuses if you have spent like 12 in-game hours without killing anyone. I like this so much since it incentivizes a pacifist playthrough through skill bonuses. Then there's the Drunken perk, which I believe can help you avoid going to jail if you're caught committing a crime while intoxicated. I also want to note that I saw that the stealth skill is separated from the thievery skill. This may mean that the stealth skill will probably be focused on being unseen and likely lethal perks for assassins, while thievery is for of course robbing people. Speaking of robbery, in KCD2 it is now possible to steal a horse and then sell them to the black market. This actually is a cool thing since you can roleplay as a horse thief and exclusively just steal horses to make money. Lastly, of course, with all the crimes you can commit, KCD2 offers an extensive crime and punishment mechanic that will give you debuffs. There are certain levels of punishment depending on your crime. The last one is basically hanging, which means that you can get a game over if you get caught committing very serious crimes. which means that escaping the law and living as an outlaw in the outskirts of Gothenburg can be a fun little roleplay gimmick we can do. And so yeah, so far, these are the stealth mechanics and things that I've seen from the recent videos about KCD2. I'm really excited for the game and can't wait to play it.